There are times when challenging a trust are absolutely appropriate. Conversely, if somebody's challenging the trust inappropriately, we can defend that trust and make sure that the loved one's wishes are carried out.
Our law firm assists people with these issues and makes sure that if you're a beneficiary, your rights are represented accurately, or if you're a trustee and you've been accused of mishandling the estate or misappropriating funds, we represent trustees in that capacity as well.
Some of the most often litigated issues in estate planning are questions of incapacitation, undue influence, and the trustee not giving you information that you're entitled to. These are situations that we could come and take a look at and review and see if we need to litigate that. Somebody maybe forcing a loved one to make a trust when they're not all mentally there, or forcing them to create a trust when they don't want to.
For example, if a family member felt that you were not competent at the time you drew up your will or your trust, they may contest the will or the trust.
If somebody creates a trust but lacks the capacity to do so, then that trust is not valid.
An issue that may come up is if you had a caretaker take care of you before you passed away and you decided to leave something for your caretaker.
They're in a position where they're feeding, maybe bathing the client, and somehow after a few years they wind up with a majority of the estate. There are code provisions that says that that is basically undue influence and that the caretaker is not allowed to have the inheritance.
If they feel that you were unduly influenced at the time that you drew up your trust or your will, they may contest those documents.
If somebody really wants a caretaker to inherit, there's procedures in the probate code that you have to follow, and specifically that's getting a secondary attorney's opinion that it's really what that client wants. Another area of litigation is that the loved one has passed away and now the beneficiary is not receiving any information. They haven't received notice that the person passed away. They didn't receive a copy of the trust. They're not getting an accounting. Basically, they're kept in the dark and they don't know what's going on. Under the California Probate Code, you do have rights, and our firm will make sure that those are made available to you and enforced.
It's important to have a firm represent you who has experience with dispute resolution and litigation, because most cases don't actually end up going to trial. They end up either settling, or the judges will order the case to arbitration or mediation prior to trial.
At our firm, it's like talking to a friend because we're in the same situation that you are. We have families, we have little kids, we have our parents, and we can relate to what you're going through. Plus, our experience and our credentials allow us to apply the appropriate law to your situation in a very easy and friendly manner.